Hello! Today we are going to be reading some wedding themed Reddit stories. I have not seen these. Audrey carefully curates these and does not show them to me. And a lot of times, I'm pretty sure because she's been doing this for over a year now, like just waiting to show me stories, pretty sure there's probably going to be stories that she doesn't remember reading, so it's going to be a fresh reaction from both of us. I'm excited. We were talking a little bit before we actually started doing the segment, but Audrey and I are married, so we do have a little bit of experience talking about weddings and doing a little bit of like wedding planning. I've been married twice. Both times my wedding was very, very small, so I don't have any like actual experience with giant weddings, but it does not matter how big like you think that doing a small wedding will make a wedding less stressful. It does not.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
So ours all told was only our immediate family, and came out to less than $500 all told. And even still, it was just a lot of things.
Yeah. All right, well, do we want to get started then?
Okay. First story. Am I the asshole for telling people the real reason I skipped my friend's wedding?
Let's hear them out.
I, 35F, am still friends with some of the people I went to college with. One of them, Debbie, fake name, 36F, got married this past January after being engaged for 2 years. Early in the planning process, Debbie had asked my 6-year-old daughter, who was 5 at the time, to be the flower girl. We agreed. She had the dress sent to us right away. We barely spoke about the subject for a while. Then the wedding was delayed by almost a year. The original date was March 24th. Still not sure why. I've heard 3 or 4 different reasons. By the time the actual wedding date came around, the flower girl dress did not fit my daughter anymore. We didn't find out until roughly 10 days before the wedding. Admittedly, my fault. And I texted Debbie right away to ask what I should do about it. Her first reply, figure it out.
Okay.
I tried to ask her where she'd bought the dress, where I could get a similar one, or whether it would be okay for my daughter to wear a different dress. I basically gave her a list of ways I could fix this and asked her what she preferred. Debbie responded with, I don't have time with this. Stop making your whale daughter my problem. Obviously, I decided against attending the wedding after that. As far as I'm concerned, we are no longer friends. And to be clear, I know up until this point, I was not the asshole. I didn't tell anyone about it at first, but our absence was obvious. My friends missed me, and my daughter was supposed to be the only flower girl. Whenever Debbie was asked about it, she apparently just said we'd had an argument, but it wasn't a big deal. When our mutual friends and acquaintances asked me, I told them the truth, without sugarcoating it or trying to defend Debbie. I even showed my friends the text messages, and that proved everything. Everyone took my side. About a week ago, Debbie called me. She apologized for what she said about my daughter, but told me I have no idea how stressed she was at the time. She said it wasn't fair for her to lose all of her friends over a mistake she made while she was under so much pressure. Again, I don't think I was in the wrong for skipping the wedding, but I wonder whether I took it too far by telling our mutuals. Edit. Yes, I should have made sure the dress fits sooner. I already know that was my mistake. I'm not blaming Debbie for that. That's not what I'm asking about.
Okay. There's a lot to unpack there.
Yes, there is.
First off, absolutely not the asshole.
Unequivocally.
I don't think there's a single step in this story where I would be like, you're the asshole, or
No.
like you did something wrong.
Maybe
I know that
he messed up a little bit by not checking sooner as the date was like concreted and
yeah, but also like depending on the age of the daughter, how
between 5 and 6, like they go through quite
they do go through growth spurts, but so like sure, she could have made sure sooner, but as far as I'm concerned, that is just throwing your friendship away.
Yeah.
Like the minute that you insult anyone's weight at all, you're throwing your friendship with that person away. And if you insult someone's child,
yeah.
If somebody insulted my baby girl's weight, my baby girl being the dog that's over there, the way I would drop that person. Absolutely not the asshole. Also, so the defense of this on the friend's part. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry that I did this, but I don't think that I deserve to lose all of my friends for that." Like, what exactly did you think was going to happen? And the OP is saying, "Oh, am I the asshole for telling people?" They asked.
Yeah.
They asked why you were gone, why you weren't there. And they sought you out to get your side of it because the other one was being cagey. Because she knew if she said the truth,
she would lose all of her friends.
Yeah. That's the kind of like, you're going to lose all of your friends thing that you say to someone. Like, no. I'm not saying that she deserves to be alone. I'm saying that actions have consequences.
She fucked around and found out.
Yeah, those friends are like well within their right to decide that they don't want to be around her anymore. And I'm just going to say this again, as somebody who is married, has gone through the process twice, it is a very stressful time, but there is no amount of stress. There is no amount of stress that I could go through where I would justify telling somebody, figure it out when they're asking me a question about my wedding, and not a single scenario where me calling someone's daughter a whale would ever be justified.
No matter the stress, no matter the difficulty.
No.
Like, even if you're frustrated in the moment having to deal with one more thing coming up, you say, you know what? I'm not sure right now. I will get back to you. You take a minute, and when you have a free moment to cool down, you come back to it.
Yeah, and also, like, clearly having them there wasn't a priority for the wedding either. Yeah. Like, I know that the flower girl is kind of a big deal. Like, obviously, we didn't have a flower girl or anything, and I didn't have one at my previous wedding either. But if you go to your friend and they're like, "Hey, there's this problem with me getting my daughter, who's going to be part of the wedding, essentially, there. What do you want me to do about it? Because this is your show," and you don't give them an answer, you've kind of decided you don't care if they show up, as far as I'm concerned.
And yes, Crystal, inside thoughts.
Yeah, inside thoughts.
Okay. Ready?
No update?
Update.
Let's go!
All right. Update to Am I the Asshole for telling people the real reason I skipped my friend's wedding. Hey guys, I wasn't planning to update, but a friend of mine brought the situation up a few days ago and I remembered posting here. After my post back in March, I didn't hear anything from Debbie for a while. I did speak to my friends a lot, and they told me that she did continue trying to get them to be on her side for a while. From what I gather, her story always matched mine. I forgot to make sure the dress fit. I apologized and asked how she preferred I fixed it. She insulted my kid. And as I remember discussing in the comments, whale of a daughter is a better translation. Everyone continued taking my side. Apparently, I wasn't the only one Debbie had problems with before the wedding. My case was just the worst one. There's no doubt that the dress fiasco was my fault. I had a lot going on at the time and several reasons why I forgot to make sure it fit sooner, but no excuse can change the fact that I did mess up. But I still don't think giving Debbie options on how I could proceed was the wrong move. I've been a bride before. I wouldn't want someone else making a decision about my wedding without giving me the final say. And I can't ignore that her reaction was to insult my daughter. Debbie first texted me in June. She asked me to help her clear the air with everyone, because most of our mutuals haven't spoken to her since April. I was tired of all this, so I told everyone that Debbie has already apologized to me. I made it very clear that while we're no longer friends, I sincerely don't care whether they remain in contact with her or not. She texted me once again in July. She told me that a couple of our mutuals were talking to her once again, but it wasn't the same as it used to be. She asked me whether I was still mad at her. I told her I'm not, and I wish her the best, but I do not think we can continue this friendship. I said I was sorry for the dress fiasco, and I understood that she was under stress at the time. But I'll never be able to look past what she did. It would have taken her less time to give me directions than it took to call my daughter a whale. I can forgive rudeness with time, but not insults, especially towards my children. We haven't spoken since. I haven't blocked her, but I have no intention of reaching out again. I don't think she does either. Some of our mutuals are speaking to her again. Both of my best friends from the group want nothing to do with her. I sincerely don't care what anyone else does. I won't pretend this has never happened. But I've moved on. Like I said, I'm not mad anymore. My daughter will be a flower girl at my cousin's wedding in December, and my family is doing very well. Life has been crazy for a while, but things are finally getting calmer. I won't post here again. Thank you for your time.
Okay. I mean, I'm really curious to know what all of the other issues that she had with the rest of the party members were.
Yeah, what else happened that was to other people?
Yeah. I mean, the way she describes it, like, this was the worst one of them, but I want to know. Give me the lore.
You want to get that nosy gossip?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Also, hello, Paco. Hello, Darcy.
Hello, everybody!
That was wild.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad that it worked out. And also, like, good for her for just saying, like, for being willing to say, like, I'm not mad at you anymore, but I can't look past this. Like, just because I'm not mad doesn't mean I've forgiven. You know? Doesn't mean I want anything to do with this.
That's something a lot of people don't understand about, like, forgiving, forgetting, and moving on. Sometimes you can forgive a person, but doesn't mean that your relationship will ever be the same.
Yeah. And doesn't mean that, like, you can forgive someone and not want to continue being around them or have a relationship with them. Like, forgiveness is just something that's within you, you know? And you can express that to someone if you want, but over time, you may find yourself forgiving someone for doing something to you, but that doesn't mean you're going to want to be around them. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, so I just wanted to jump in and say, if you're enjoying this video, please consider giving it a like or a comment. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you are enjoying what I do. All of it really helps. I know it's the cheesy thing that YouTubers say, but it genuinely does really help. And if you really, really like what I do and you really want to give even more support, I have a Patreon, I have a Ko-Fi. There's channel memberships. You can find all of the links for those down in the description. Anything really helps, and I just appreciate all of the support that I get in each video, so thank you.
Okay, next story.
Next story. Sometimes forgive doesn't mean the relationship continues. True.
True. Okay. Wife says I need to get over it, but I can't stop obsessing over a prank that ruined my wedding experience and left me furious.
Every time I hear about weddings and pranks being intermixed,
The pit of your stomach.
it never goes well. And it's always the worst kind. It's never something innocuous. It's always like, I recreated the scene from Carrie at my brother's wedding. Am I the asshole? Like,
This one's bad. This one's bad.
oh, okay. I guess we're in for it, guys. We're eating good today.
Okay. Wife says I need to get over it, but I still can't stop obsessing over a prank that ruined my wedding experience and left me furious. I had an amazing wedding experience that was completely ruined by this prank. My wife and friends played during our garter removal. Am I the asshole for refusing to let it go? During the reception, we were doing all of the usual wedding games. Eventually, I was told it was time to do the garter removal. As everyone gathered around us in the middle of the dance floor, my wife was sitting in a chair, and my friends brought out a blindfold and told me I would be doing the garter removal blindfolded.
Okay.
I should have been suspicious at their grins, but I'd had some drinks. I wasn't suspecting anything. I put it on, and I tried to be a good sport about it, as everyone seemed like they were having a great time, myself included. As soon as I was blindfolded, however, my wife slipped out of the chair and was replaced by one of my groomsmen. He's a friend of the family I've grown up with, but I would not say we are close. Now, I literally cannot stand him, although he's not a bad guy other than my anger at this prank. Sitting in the chair in place of my wife, my groomsman was in shorts with the garter around his thigh. My wife stood behind him and was talking to me as they walked me over to keep me fooled into thinking it was her. On their instructions, I got down on my knees and began reaching for what I thought were my wife's legs. Once I found the leg, I found the garter and began pulling it down. But at that moment, I heard my wife saying, "With your mouth, with your mouth." So I leaned forward and grasped the garter belt in my mouth, to the shrieks and applause of the crowd. With the garter belt in my teeth, I pulled it down his leg, and then my wife actually came around to help me get it over his shoe because it got stuck. Once I had the garter, they told me to stand up and take off my blindfold. When I did, I was smiling because I thought I'd been a good sport and everyone was laughing so hard it seemed like everyone was having a great time. But when I took off the blindfold, everyone burst into even louder laughter. For a moment, the entire energy of everyone at the wedding was focused on nothing besides laughing at me. At me being the sole butt of the joke. It felt awful. I was furious. I wanted to say and do a million different things, but I didn't. For some reason, I just felt that pretending it wasn't a big deal was the best defense. That showing my anger would be confirming how badly I'd just been humiliated for their delight. And that would have made my humiliation all the worse. So I sucked it up. Sleepwalked through the rest of the wedding while doing my best to keep a smile on my face. My wife could tell I was stunned, but she kept on going too. She definitely had no idea how badly I was taking it. Everyone was standing around us, and we couldn't talk openly about how I felt. At least, not without ruining everything. And I didn't know whether I wanted to go there after all the effort and money put into the wedding. And I kept sucking it up the next day at the brunch, and for most of the next week, through to most of our honeymoon. At some point, I told myself that my wife didn't mean to hurt me, and there was no reason to ruin her wedding memories by telling her that my experience had been ruined. But then at the end of our honeymoon, I'd had a few drinks. I just couldn't help it. And once I started talking to her about it, I just went off. I told her it was trashy, that it hurt, if not destroyed my trust and sense of intimacy towards her. I was harsh, and I got carried away. After at first apologizing a bit, she got upset and left me sitting there. I think I just kept going because I felt hurt and wanted to maybe make her feel bad, to feel bad as well, to be honest. Since then, it's been a difficult subject. I told her I don't want to hear about the wedding. I don't want to write thank you notes, look at pictures. If it was tomorrow, I wouldn't make plans to celebrate our anniversary. My wife and I have a lot of strengths in our relationship, but I just can't stop thinking about this and the feeling when I took off that blindfold. I literally cannot stop my mind from replaying it over and over again. And I get mad every time. And perhaps the worst part of it is that it's all recorded. We had a professional photographer shooting a video, and in the video I see at least 4 other people recording it on their phones. Watching that video, I find myself looking at the laughing faces of family and friends in the video, and there's a part of me that I'd never act on that wants nothing more than to punch them all in their faces. The fact that I know these videos are out there makes it feel like it's constantly happening to me. My wife says that she's sorry, that she thought I would take it better and laugh it off, and that I need to move on. I think maybe I am the asshole. No good is coming from obsessing over this, but I literally cannot let it go. I find myself coming up with reasons to be angry. I tell myself sometimes it was assault because I was tricked into putting my mouth on another man's leg without my consent. But I think that's just rationalizing my anger. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have to say, just to be perfectly clear, as far as pranks goes, this one is
one of the worst.
Well, it's one of the worst, but it's also funny in theory. Like, in my head, the idea of it is really funny. It's just that there's a lot of, I think, things that go at play in this type of prank, because the prank is not that... The prank is not, like, doing anything just silly. It really is putting him as the butt of the joke, and like the joke is kind of haha, you're gay.
Yeah.
And like when you think about it for longer than a couple of seconds, like at first it's like, oh yeah, this is really funny as a concept, but then when you think about it harder, it's like it's so rooted in homophobia that it stops being funny.
Yep.
And not only that, there's a cardinal rule that I go by with pranks, and that is, if the person you're playing the prank on isn't laughing, you did a bad job. Then it wasn't a prank, you just hurt someone.
Yeah, they're either supposed to be, entertained by it or confused and baffled.
Yeah.
At the worst.
Yeah. Would this be assault? I don't know. I think that there is...
It falls into the umbrella, I think.
It kind of falls in the umbrella. It's one of those things that I would say clearly this person felt violated like a very intense way about it. And I don't want to like downplay that. So I don't want to say that like this is or isn't a particular thing. Whether or not it meets the letter of the law as far as assault goes, it is 100%, it is 100% like not okay to do. Especially when he's already expressed like, even in this, he's like, I feel like I feel like I was violated during what's supposed to be something that's kind of intimate. I already find the getting the garter off with your teeth to be like a kind of tacky and kind of trashy thing, because it just feels to me like unnecessarily.
Oh, it absolutely is.
It's like,
but I mean,
it's like if two women were doing it, you'd call it fetishy.
Yeah,
you know?
But it's one of those things where, yeah, it is fetishy. Like, cishet, homosexual, whatever. Like, it is fetishy. It is, like, putting your kinks on display. But, I mean, also, you do you in your space. Like,
yeah.
And as to whether we agree with bachelorette parties, what do you mean by agree?
Yeah, because I guess, like, I'm fine with people doing them. That's up to them. And it's all really depends on like your relationship with your partner.
Are you talking like having separate parties where we don't see each other? Or are you talking like, because I've heard of a lot of like lesbian or gay couples that will, or even straight couples that are like sort of on the queerer side of relationships, that they'll do it together.
Yeah, they'll just do joint bachelorette parties. And would a bachelorette party that had a surprise stripper be an acceptable prank? I mean, that again, to me, it depends on if the person is laughing or not, if they're entertained by it.
Yeah.
Also, just to be perfectly clear, I'm fine with strippers.
Yeah.
I think like if that's what you want at your bachelorette party, go for it. As far as I'm concerned, that's a girl getting paid, so.
Do lesbians agree with strippers and nude bachelorette parties? Is that cheating in our eyes? Nude bachelorette parties? Like nude strippers? I mean...
If you're hiring a stripper, you're gonna see something.
Yeah, like
it is what it is. And also, I'm not the type of person that's like, oh, if my partner sees a breast, is cheating.
Also, we're not the spokespeople of all lesbians. Like,
yeah, and also I think we're the wrong types of lesbians to ask, because both of us are poly.
Yeah.
So not that you can't like cheat and be poly, you can, but like it's not something that that we really think about a lot. But yeah, as far as like the story goes, I think that this definitely caused like a very intense reaction, one almost akin to trauma. Like I hear them speaking about this, and it sounds like the kind of thing that I would hear somebody talking about, like being sexually harassed at work, or like being touched inappropriately or something like that. It like that's. And even if it's not
something
equivalent,
broke in his brain. Yeah,
even if it's not equivalent, it's clearly like the intensity of those emotions are very similar. And so to me, I think like
it wasn't even like the prank itself that was the problem in this instance. It was the prank was gross and bad, and he didn't consent to it. But also the fact that he was the butt of the joke, had the spotlight on him. All of his friends and family is just pointing and laughing. Like, this is the thing that people get trauma nightmares from high school about.
Yeah. And like I can see a way where this kind of thing can go over well, but it really depends on the type of relationship that you have with your partner. And Wolfie, your point in chat is also like really good. If you are at the point where you are getting married with your partner, one would think you would have a pretty good idea of boundaries. Obviously, you can't be like a mind reader. You're not going to have a perfect idea of boundaries, but like you'll at least know whether or not this is okay, I think.
Yeah. You ready for the update?
There's an update?
There is an update.
Holy shit, we are eating good tonight, chat.
This one gets weird.
Weird. Okay.
So here's the update. Hi, everyone. This is posted to the same account, by the way.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. This is the wife.
Oh! Let's go!
If you know anything about us and what this is about, please know we are very embarrassed about this. We took it down, as in the post. They removed the post. But it's being shared so many times, it just keeps trickling on, so I'm writing this for both of us. This is the last thing we want to say about this. My husband deeply regrets some of the language he used. He intended to write anonymously and was letting out unfiltered emotions. Abraham Lincoln said, "Write an angry letter and tear it up." My husband made the mistake of hitting post, assuming this was harmless venting. He regrets it.
OP, are you okay?
We've reached out to and are on good terms with everyone involved. Everything is fine. As regards to the wedding, I am the only one who messed up here. Our planner gave us options. I watched the videos. I thought it was funny. I messed up. This isn't opinion, it's a fact. I messed up because it wasn't funny to the only person who mattered to me. I want people to understand both of our perspectives because no one here is an asshole. What my husband didn't make clear is that he was an absolute sweetheart at the wedding and afterwards. Overall, our honeymoon was amazing. And he doesn't mention at all that he only got mad at the end because I was teasing him about it. And I was only teasing him because I had no idea he was upset about it.
Is this post supposed to make her look bad? Does she, in her mind, she's like, they're gonna understand, like, this, they need to know this, they need to know how badly I fucked up so that they'll think that I'm a good person.
I could tell I was needling him, but it was meant to be good-natured. Having said that all on my own behalf, of course I thought he would think this was funny. He has a great sense of humor. We joke around a lot and always will. This just hit different. And sometimes that happens. I feel like an idiot taking this risk at all at our wedding. I didn't exactly tell him to get over it. I couldn't talk about it anymore when it was first brought up because I love my husband and I was upset to hear him get angry. Probably in large part because he never gets angry like that. Afterwards, we decided to wait to talk about it until we could do so calmly. At the same time, we did need him to get over it and move forward. We can't never mention our wedding or anniversary again or live with anger. To the casual eye, it looks like this is a well-received prank in 100 different videos. I thought it would go over well, and so did everyone else. I do now wonder if there are any videos of this prank that didn't get posted because the husband made clear he didn't like it. Bottom line, this was an unfortunate and completely unnecessary. But you live, you learn. We're doing great, and this has been blown way out of proportion. On the bright side, how many happy couples can say their wedding events were covered by the New York Post? We're happily moving on. My husband said he hopes everyone gets his thank you cards.
Did he?
That's it. Goodbye.
Has anyone seen the movie Misery? Or read the book? Because that's what I'm thinking about right now. Yeah, blink if you're okay. I'm just like, I'm thinking of him being like trapped in bed. She's got him like handcuffed on the bed, and she's got his like feet handcuffed to the bedpost, and she's like, he's so happy right now. He's so happy. She's just over in the desk while he's like gagged, and she's like, he's so happy right now.
So apparently the OP removed a section from the post that got captured in a comment.
Oh?
I want people to understand both of our perspectives, because no one here is an asshole. I probably would not have liked it if at our wedding my husband had tricked me into getting down on my knees between another man's legs and taking something off of his thigh with my mouth while everyone stood around laughing and filming it. I probably would have thought it was tacky and probably gross, depending on who the guy was. I will get trashed for this, but I did not think it would be the same for a guy.
Hey, is it gay to be straight?
This one's just so...
I'm concerned.
Yeah,
someone from the New York Times reach out to follow up on these people, because I think he's in the backyard.
Yeah, this is...
I think he's under the backyard. I think he's under the house.
This is a parade of red flags.
I think he's in the walls now.
This is more than a parade of red flags. This is a parade of black flags. Like, no. Just no.
It's sounding more and more like the plot of a Columbo episode. I'm saying it sounds like the start of a Criminal Minds episode.
Yep. But that's it. That was the end. Nothing else was posted by that account.
That's because she's in the wind.
Yeah.
She's on the run.
She cooked and ate him.
She just like, well, we ate all of our wedding cake already. Time to make a new one. Wow.
Yeah.
I hated that.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not much more to say about that one, because all of the analysis was already done, and then just the horror story to end.
Yeah, and it's weird too, because it's very clear that she understands everything there. Like, she even said herself the same thing that I said, was that if the person you're doing the prank on isn't laughing, then it's not a good prank. But it's like, you really typed this and thought this would make you look better.
Yep. And the fact that she took over the account and posted that, not even letting him do it in his own words.
Or getting her own account.
to like...
Comment on it?
On it.
No, she's like, no, you're going to delete this, and then you're going to give me the account password.
And then she changed the password.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's her account now. She's wearing his skin.
Okay.
Okay.
We ready for the next one?
Is this one going to be a palate cleanser, or is it going to be worse?
This one is not a palate cleanser yet.
Okay.
I don't know that it's going to be worse, but
All right, well.
am I the asshole for saying I won't go to my friend's wedding after she dropped me as her maid of honor because of my looks?
Okay.
Throwaway, because I don't want anyone in my friend group to find this, obviously. Sophie and I, both 27, have been close friends since we were 4. We're not the speak every single day Laurel Susanna types, but I genuinely considered her a sister, and her parents were like aunt and uncle. Our families were close. The whole family is invited to her wedding, as is my boyfriend's family. My boyfriend is Sophie's brother's best friend. That's how close we all are. She wasn't really surprised when she asked me, so I wasn't really surprised when she asked me to be her maid of honor. I think I've been a really good one. Well, 2 weeks ago, Sophie, the other bridesmaids, and I went to try on bridesmaids' dresses. I thought we were all had a good time and that it was a successful trip as we found the dresses. Apparently not really, because a couple of days later, Sophie asked me to meet her. She asked that I step down from being maid of honor. She said seeing me in the bridesmaid dress made her realize she just didn't want me stealing focus from her, and that she wouldn't feel good standing up there knowing everyone was probably comparing us. I was so hurt. I admit I cried right there in the coffee shop. Partly because I never wanted her to think that anyone would be thinking anything other than that she was the most beautiful bride on her wedding. And partly because I was just so excited to be up there with her, and she was kicking me out over something I couldn't even control and wasn't even really true. So I just said, fine, it's her wedding. If she didn't want me up there, I wouldn't be. But I wasn't going to come to the wedding as a guest when clearly my presence was going to be a burden to her. Sophie said that isn't what she meant, and I asked her to explain. She said she desperately wanted me there, so she was going to put aside her feelings, but she just wanted pictures at the altar to be with her looking her best and to have the moment with everyone looking at her up there. She also wanted me to tell everyone I dropped out because I was too busy. I said none of this felt fair, and I wasn't going to lie for her. I was a good friend and did nothing wrong, and she was being a brat, but that it was her prerogative, and I didn't have to play along. I told my boyfriend about this, who was pretty horrified, and agreed that if I didn't want to go, I shouldn't. Although he is still, because he's friends with the groom. But my mom and stepdad think I would be the asshole if I didn't go. My mom says it's also been obvious that Sophie was insecure. I never noticed this. And that she can understand where she's coming from. She said that I've had the spotlight our whole lives. Again, I don't think this is true. Sophie is far more outgoing and well-liked than I have ever been. And even though it's pretty sad, maybe she does deserve to be the princess on her wedding day, and I shouldn't hate her for it. She says I'll regret missing the wedding over this. My stepdad says I shouldn't go says I should go because she's my oldest friend, and even if she is being unfair, sometimes you have to let people be irrational. I really don't know now. Sophie and I have so many mutual friends. There's not a lot of people I can ask about this without it getting back to her. So here I am. I feel like maybe I'm being a jerk having this blow up, but I don't see why I should even stay friends with someone who would exclude me from her wedding party over something so superficial. And clearly she's been sitting on these feelings for forever. Not to mention, I already paid for her whole bachelorette party and the bridesmaid dress and contributed to the cost of the wedding jewelry. Now I just feel used. So am I being a petty asshole refusing to go?
No. No, you are dodging a bullet. This is... I like what Darcy said. This is the final boss of insecurity.
Yeah, one's rough. Because, like...
Okay, so... I noticed two things about this. The first, the obvious insecurity in the friend, but then also the fact that it seems like the OP has really internalized a lot of like all of this to the point where she's like, well, yeah, it wouldn't be fair for her to not be the princess at her own wedding. She's the bride. What are you talking about?
That was a comment from her mom.
She's the one who picked out all of the dresses and stuff. If she was coming as the maid of honor and she decided to show up in like the most over the top dress, or like her pitch for the wedding attire was like very clearly, you know, taking away from like the bride's moment, then it would be one thing.
Yeah.
But like,
she's just wearing the bridesmaid's dress that the bride picked out for her.
I mean, like, I'm so glad that she's just hot in everything, I guess. Yeah, and like the comment she made about like clearly she's been sitting on these feelings. I was thinking that too. Like, this is it's very obvious to me that she has been sitting on this for their entire lives, and it's coming up now because it's her wedding and she's stressed. But like, girl, go to therapy.
Yeah.
Literally.
Like this, they have a dynamic where like OP is considered by her friend to be, you know, the hot one.
Mm-hmm.
But OP also considers the other friend, the bride, to be so much more engaged and outgoing and friendly and obviously the more popular one.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, those two things are part of attraction a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like, you can look really good, but if you're like super shy and reserved, a lot of people may not be as like inherently attracted to you. And this is all just talking about attraction in the terms of like just being attracted to somebody, but like, God, this girl really needs to work through her insecurity. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand it. Like, I'm super insecure about things. You know how hard it is for me to be wearing this outfit on stream? I'm very insecure. But like, I would never... It's one thing to say like, oh, that dress is too much for the wedding. We should pick something out. Like, you look really good in it, but you're already a 10 and it puts you at 11, and it's too much for the wedding. Girl, if you are concerned about it, I guess you want her to wear like a dress made of rags? You want her to like be in a towel?
Or like was said here earlier, paper bag over her head?
Yeah, exactly. She's like, here, can you put this box right here? She makes her wear one of those like novelty glasses that has like the nose and the mustache on it, and she has to wear that for the pictures.
Yes, exactly.
Actually, that would be fun.
So I'm reading this one off of Best Redditor Updates, so it's got some relevant comments.
Okay. All right.
Relevant comments, downvoted commenter.
Okay.
Your friend told you she didn't feel pretty enough to have you stood up next to her on her special wedding day. I was all for saying you weren't the asshole until you mentioned your mother. It's telling that your mom has been able to see how insecure Sophie... It's telling to see. It's telling that your mother has been able to see how insecure Sophie is, I guess is missing, and you haven't, when she's meant to be your friend. The fact your mom has pointed out that Sophie has always been insecure, and you, her best friend, haven't noticed that, speaks a lot about your friendship. The fact that your response is that maybe your friend deserves to feel like a princess on her wedding day kind of seals it for me. YTA.
What? No,
Yeah.
okay, no. That commenter needs to go to therapy.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
No, that's a total...
That's a misread.
A misread of what she said. When she says, like, maybe she does deserve to be, like, a princess on her wedding day, she's literally internalizing this idea that she's
too pretty to be
around. And it's like, no, she's the bride. She is the princess on the wedding day.
By default.
And, like, your job as a maid of honor is to be there to support that. So, I mean, I understand being, like, a little insecure, like, oh, my friend's hotter than me on my wedding day, but also, like, as long as she's not, getting in the way and she's supporting you and she's, stepping back and letting you be the center of attention, like, who cares?
Yeah.
And also, fuck you. It was actually me that downvoted that comment like 1,000 times.
OOP replies saying, I meant princess, like maybe she deserves to have her cake and eat it. And yes, it's a maybe, because I've never thought about getting married. I've never thought getting married means you get to treat people you love like crap.
No, that's what it means. When you have when you have a wedding, it gives you carte blanche to do anything. You're literally allowed every social. It's like the purge. When you are getting married, the last 3 months before the wedding is like the purge. Everything goes, everything's legal, and you are morally absolved from everything.
Yeah, that's why in the first story, the bride was not the... Okay.
Catch me on Bridezillas.
Yeah. Okay, commenter 2, NTA, not the asshole. Her decision shows she's not actually your friend. Friends don't actually care if you're prettier than them.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think your BF sucks for still going. Your boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
He should stand by you. His friend fiance disrespected you. He should see that they're a unit and realize that you two are a unit. If one of them hurts you, it should hurt him. Anyone who tells you to swallow disrespect cares more about their peace than your well-being.
I think that is a decision between the two of them, to be perfectly honest.
I agree.
If I'm putting myself in the shoes of the OP for a second, and like if I didn't know somebody all that well, or like I guess if it was somebody like you were closer with than I was, and they had like disrespected their like partner or something had like disrespected me, if you were coming to me and you were like, so what do you want me to do about this? Do you want me to go? Do you want me to stay?
Yeah.
Like I feel like as long as the two of them are okay with that, then I can't really like fault the boyfriend. I can say that if I'm her and the boyfriend is just gonna go, and I haven't had that conversation where he's been like, what do you want me to do? Because like this is obviously kind of awful. I'm on your side, but what do you want me to do? And he just decides to go, I would feel a little bit hurt. But again, if the OP is okay with it, if she's expressed any indication that like she's okay with it, then fine. I don't feel like trashing her boyfriend in this.
And on that note,
clearly the friend is the bigger asshole.
On that note, OP responds to that comment, says, well, he said, should I go or not go? And
Okay.
I was like, no, let's not become those people. It's not a boycott. If you didn't want him to go, he wouldn't. but he didn't mean then Sophie's brother would know why, and then it would become a whole big thing. Plus, then his sister, who was also my friend, would feel like she shouldn't go, and I didn't want to start the domino effect. Especially since I don't know if I intend to tell anyone why I'm not going.
Okay, so no, literally they had that conversation.
Yeah.
So, like, fine.
Okay, OP's response to a downvoted comment regarding the competition between herself and Sophie for attention.
What?
So somebody was talking about how they seem to be competing for attention. That might be why Sophie's so outgoing. OP's friend.
I think that commenter should probably get the film strip out of their ass. Because that sounds like projection.
OP, the spotlight she's referring to is specifically male attention. And I guess looks-based attention generally from people we meet. And yes, I'm aware of that, but that's not what I consider to be spotlight. Not the be-all, end-all anyway. Sure, I get approached more by men, but Sophie was always the one with more friends, better grades, the person teachers actually liked. She was in the clubs and well-known. I considered all that to even out or even swing back in her favor, honestly. But yeah, it's true. I never realized the male/looks attention thing bothered her that much. But to be fair, mothers do pick up on things about your friendships when you're younger that sometimes you don't. Sophie never let on that this one thing bugged her to this extent.
If and I'm taking her at her word that is what she means by like male attention.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, you're at your wedding.
Yeah.
She's like, oh no, if I have you as the maid of honor, all the dudes that I invited to my wedding won't want to fuck me. Which, to be fair, you know what? Go get it, girl. I get. That's why I dress like this today, also for male attention.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm just like, I exist for male attention. Give it to me.
And that's why I'm dressed up like this. I am strictly lesbian. Men go away.
See, we even each other out here. I'm trying to attract the men and she's trying to repel it, so there's no men. I thought you were dressed like that for female attention. Looks can be deceiving.
Besides, some things are multifaceted and multi-purpose.
Also, I don't need female attention. I get enough of that. All the girls want me.
True. Okay, there's a few more comments that are like family background stuff, like how intertwined their families are and everything.
Okay.
I'm going to skip over those and go straight to the update.
Let's go.
Okay, my friend, update 2, my friend didn't want me as maid of honor because of my looks. So, I don't know if anyone wanted an update, but the situation has somewhat concluded now, and I thought I would provide some closure. Firstly, some digging was done by my boyfriend and myself, and we think we found the roots of the issue. A couple of months ago, my boyfriend, Sophie's brother, the groom, and Sophie were out for drinks. I remember this night. I had an event for another friend and couldn't go. Over drinks, the groom apparently asked when my boyfriend was going to propose to me. My boyfriend said, probably sometime next year. Groom then made a comment to the effect of, why would you wait that long? She's perfect. Yeah.
Okay, girls. I'm speaking to the girls right now. I'm speaking to the fellow girls, the ones like me who are unfortunately occasionally attracted to men.
Afflicted by the...
Afflicted by the male attraction.
Yeah.
Girls. Can we stop going after each other for the men being horny little dogs? cut their tails. You don't need to go after each other. They're the ones being the problem. Oh, well, if I just take her out of the wedding party, then he'll never want to fuck her. Delusional.
If you don't want the groom right next to you in your wedding to be thinking about fucking your maid of honor, maybe you shouldn't be marrying him.
Yeah, throw him in the trash. She marries the best friend just out of spite.
True, yeah.
That's the good ending.
Now, according to both my boyfriend and Sophie's brother, Sophie was really mad about this because groom waited several years to propose to her.
Oh.
She's been bringing it up to him regularly since. Obviously, we all assume he meant perfect for you. Not literally perfect.
No, he didn't. Now you're delusional. No, he's saying I'd tap that.
Yep.
That's what that meant, girl.
But
get the wool out from your eyes.
But Sophie appears to be taking it personally. The second thing is that my mother did a little gentle probing, and it turns out that at the bridesmaid fitting, Sophie's mom told Sophie that she should have chosen a dress that wasn't going to make me look better than her.
Throw your mom in the trash too, Sophie. Okay, Sophie, go to therapy, divorce your husband, throw your mom away.
Parentheses, I don't think she said it like that to Sophie. This is just how she relayed it to my mom. In parentheses. And draw attention. To finish the sentence. According to Sophie's mom, her aunt and cousin said the same thing, and I guess one of them ganged up on her about it.
All of her family is just like, bitch, you're ugly.
Yep. No, this.
No wonder she's insecure.
Yeah.
You guys wonder why she's insecure.
Oh, this is bad. According to Sophie's mom, her aunt and cousin said the same thing, and I guess one of them ganged up on her about it. She also has been on Sophie about a pre-wedding diet. So it seems like these two things got blown out of proportion and ended up in Sophie's request that I not be maid of honor. I ended up deciding not to speak to Sophie about any of this. She's planning her wedding. She should enjoy this time. I don't want to make this about me or our friendship. And if I'm being totally honest, I was kind of done with the friendship after the initial conversation. I've wanted to know the reasons for my own peace of mind, but the truth is, nothing was going to change the fact that she took her feelings out on me, who only ever wanted to support her. None of these things came from me or had anything to do with me, but she chose to take a wrecking ball to a 20-year-long friendship rather than confront the people who upset her. I can't wrap my head around that, and I'm not going to try going forward. That being said, I decided to go to the wedding as my boyfriend's plus one, essentially, just for closure to this entire mess. Now that I've calmed down, I really don't feel any particular way about going. I'll eat, I'll drink, I'll clap, and Sophie will just be the wife of my boyfriend's friend from now on, I guess. I haven't told anyone why I'm not the maid of honor. I just said in the group chat that it was for personal reasons, and everyone can speculate. Once the wedding is over, I'll tell our mutual friends the truth, and they can do with that info what they will. Sophie has reached out since to talk, but I sent her a message telling her that I'll be at the wedding as a guest, and that I hope she enjoys this time in her life, and wishing her the best, and haven't been replying to anything else. It's surprised me how quickly I've reached the numbness of just not caring anymore, and that's where I'm at. I genuinely wish her the best, but I just have zero interest in being part of her life anymore. I just can't see her or anything about our friendship the same way anymore. So that's that. I don't really know what else to include. If anyone has anything else to ask I've missed, feel free to ask. Thank you to everyone who commented.
Wow. I mean, I'm glad that she's coming to terms with it.
Yeah.
But it sounds to me like Sophie...
She done stepped in it.
Yeah, she stepped in it. And honestly, this is a very mature response to all of it. Yeah,
Eventually,
that's
there is a point in a relationship where one person has stepped over the line too far, and it doesn't mean you hate them or you never want to see them again, but you just can't have the same relationship to each other anymore.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but like that, sometimes that's just what happens.
Yeah.
And, like we said earlier about you can forgive a person and still not want to be around them. Like sometimes you just reach a point where you realize that, oh, I don't think that this is worth it. I don't want to invest any more energy into this. I don't want to invest any more time into this. This is not for me. It's a very big nope, I'm out situation.
Yep. Downvoted comment. Please don't tell your mutuals the whole story. Why stir up more drama? Let the whole thing fade away and move on. OOP responds, because they're going to want to know why we're not hanging out or close anymore. And I have no reason to lie to my friends. I think OP is right.
I think she's right. I can see the benefit in like waiting for them to ask instead of just dropping it in the group chat.
I don't think she's going to drop it. I think she's going to respond to questions honestly. And I think honesty is the best way to go about it.
Yeah. Is that amethyst? Yes, it is. We actually have matching ones.
Yep. Okay.
Is that all?
Are you ready for update number 2?
What? There's a second?
There's a second.
Okay. Double dipping. All right.
1.5 months later.
That's a quick update. Okay. When did this happen?
2025.
Okay.
So the first one was October 9th, 2025. The second one... Why are you not scrolling properly? Here we go. October 29th, 2025. And then the last one, the new update, is December 8th, 2025.
Okay. That was not long after our wedding.
Yeah. I tried posting this update elsewhere on Reddit, but between the rules and the moderation, it wasn't working, and with everything else that's been happening lately, I don't have the energy, lol. So here it is for anyone that wants it, just in case it doesn't get posted anywhere else. Original post on my profile. So a lot of people wanted an update post-wedding, and I didn't really think I was going to do one because it's just a wedding, right? Ha! Wrong-ish.
Oh no.
So, key things. Everyone in our families ended up figuring out the general reason for me not being in the wedding. I didn't tell them.
They were just like, well, obviously it's because the bride is an ugly bitch. Just look at her face. Okay.
Sophie's brother got it from her fiancé, and I guess kind of hinted to their parents. I didn't entertain any conversations about it and was traveling anyway. So I don't know what happened there, but I know third hand that there were conversations happening. Sophie stopped reaching out shortly after that happened. My boyfriend and I got engaged while traveling, very suddenly. I have a placeholder ring because it was so unplanned, and we're still in the process of sorting out a real one. We only told our parents and decided it would stay this way until after the wedding. I did not go all out on my outfit for the wedding. Sorry to disappoint some of you.
It's me. She's disappointing me. I was hoping she would just be slaying.
Yeah.
Go full cunt.
Just slay it in a potato sack.
Yeah. Just a potato sack, but it's got like a full, plunging v-neck.
Yeah, yeah. All in all, the wedding was nice. Smooth. I was sat at a table with my boyfriend and his family and two of my stepbrothers, and obviously didn't get ready with the bridesmaids. So, mercifully, I managed to avoid any awkward questions or mentions of the situation. Like I said, I've barely been home, and a wedding isn't the time to catch up with people. So it was very normal wedding experience. Small talk, food, etc. I got from the conversations I did have that people assumed I dropped out of being maid of honor because I was busy this time of year, which I am, and I didn't correct anyone. Everything was fine until the speeches.
Oh no. No!
During which Sophie's now husband, who I'll call Nick for the purpose of the story, congratulated me and my boyfriend on our engagement. We are still racking our brains to think of how the fuck he found out.
From your parents?
We only told our parents. I didn't wear a ring to the wedding. All our siblings and friends were shocked. We were absolutely mortified. I think all the guests were as well. Sophie was clearly upset. I won't be so self-absorbed to say it ruined the evening, but I was definitely squirming for the rest of the time we were there. We didn't make our exits immediately, because that would have caused more drama, but we left earlier than intended. Our parents don't even know Nick, so they wouldn't have spilled the beans. We didn't confront him because he was pretty tipsy by the time the speeches came around.
But doesn't their parents know Sophia, though?
Yes. Her parents, OP's parents, are close friends with Sophie's
parents, yeah. So that to me, I mean, that seems obvious.
Maybe it trickled out that way. I don't know.
Unless he's been stalking them.
It's something hanky's going on.
He's like hiding in the bushes when they propose.
He was pretty tipsy by the time speeches came around. And afterwards, it didn't seem appropriate. But now they're on their honeymoon. My boy, it says BF, but fiance, I guess would be more accurate, is planning to bring it up with Nick when they get back. But he's pretty angry that Nick did that and doesn't think they'll be hanging out going forward. I sent Sophie a DM expressing how sorry I was about what happened, which she left on read, which is fair. I honestly don't know what the fuck is going on. Our friends still don't know the full story, by the way. I'm not really free to even meet up with people between now and the new year, and I think I just want to give this all some breathing room and enjoy the holidays. So I won't be in a hurry to tell them. Obviously, they're all pleased about the engagement and shocked about what happened. None of them have spoken to Sophie since she's away right now, and I guess avoiding everyone. So that's it. Really not the update I thought I'd be giving, or the one I wanted. I'm pretty shell-shocked right now, to be honest. This has all got so much uglier than it ever needed to be. But I don't know if these two things are even related. Maybe they're not. I'm still a bit creeped out that Nick managed to find out something that literally only 5 people knew, and we don't know how. And yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Okay. I need to know. Is that the final update?
That is the final update.
Okay. So my headcanon is the parents mentioned it to Sophie. Or maybe mentioned it to Sophie's parents. And Sophie's parents mentioned it to Sophie. And then what actually happened was Sophie told her husband to do it as a way to make OP look bad. I'm writing fan fiction right now.
Yeah, that doesn't track. Sophie was too angry. And is already feeling like she's in OP's shadow.
I mean, but what a way to confirm it.
Oh god.
Because then to everyone else it just kind of looks like you got around doing a proposal at a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
Yeah, that was
like, Sophie, let him go.
He's trash.
Yeah. He's gonna do this again. The next hot friend that you have. And you can't just keep people who aren't hot around. Eventually, he's gonna do this again.
And even if he doesn't do this again,
he'll do something.
He's gonna do something. He is not trustworthy.
She's gonna develop a complex over this.
Yeah.
She's gonna turn into the oh, I saw you looking in the direction of that woman who is like 4 miles away.
Yep. Either she's gonna turn abusive or he's gonna cheat on her.
Yeah. Or maybe both.
Or both.
Yeah.
Both is right.
Although if someone wanted to introduce him to Murder Wife from the well, maybe he is the murder wife.
True.
She's just wearing the husband's skin, and now he's getting remarried. You're like, well, I've never tried girls before.
Okay. Are you ready for the next one?
Oh boy, am I ready.
Am I the asshole for demanding my girlfriend change her dress for a wedding?
2 questions that I'm sure will be answered.
Okay.
Is it your wedding?
Okay.
And does the bride care?
Okay.
What I'm gonna ask.
Spoiler, the verdict was not the asshole. Let's hear what it says. This happened during this weekend. Posted in March 7th, 2022.
Okay.
This happened during this weekend. Me being in my early 30s and my GF in her late 20s. I was invited to a wedding ceremony of a colleague and could bring someone with me. I asked my girlfriend that I'd been dating for a year if she would like to join me, and she was really happy because she apparently loves weddings.
Oh no, never invite someone to a wedding who loves weddings. That's how you get the worst kind of garbage bullshit happening.
Yep.
Somebody who loves weddings, that person's gonna fuck everything up.
Oh, yeah. Since we don't live together, I drove to pick her up so we'd have some time to spare before the ceremony. As she comes out, she looks really beautiful and has obviously put in a lot of time to fix her hair and makeup. She's also wearing
No.
an off-white dress.
No! Girl.
That was
There's
rather ornate.
There's one rule to a wedding. There's one rule. And you don't wear white. Oh, it's off-white. No. If it is any shade that isn't on the rainbow, don't wear it.
So yeah, she's, makeup, hair, wearing an off-white ornate dress.
God, I not to like derail the story. I couldn't even imagine if I go to a wedding. I'm not even gonna like really do my makeup that hard. I'll put on some like foundation and like maybe a minor eyeliner. You will not see me. I don't want to even be perceived as if I am taking over the bride's day.
No, you want to be an extra in the background.
Yes, you want to be as innocuous as possible.
Yeah. You are not the main character of the day. Yeah, it's off-white. You're off your rocker if you think that makes it any different.
Yeah.
Okay, as she got in, I told her she looked stunning, but I asked if she could change to a different colored dress for the ceremony. I'm not one for etiquette by far, but one of the few things I've heard everywhere is that you should not wear a white dress to a wedding unless you are the bride.
Or unless you are specifically told.
Yeah.
I've heard of people having weddings where like the couple is like, oh, we're gonna wear black, everyone else wear white. And that's fine.
Usually that's to thwart overstepping mother-in-laws.
Yes. Yeah, it's basic. This is I don't know how somebody can be like, I love weddings, and then think this is okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I do. It's because they love weddings. If they love weddings, they're just, this happens every time. They're like, I love weddings. I want to have so many weddings.
You don't love weddings. You love breaking people that are in weddings.
You love attention. That's what that is.
Okay, she became pretty upset and wanted to know what was wrong with her dress. I said that it would be inappropriate to wear a white or off-white dress unless you're the bride, and that it's like wedding law or something, trying to be lighthearted about it. She rolled her eyes and said that it was an outdated tradition about women and virginity, and when her friends got married, everyone wore white, and it's not that big a deal anymore.
Okay. This is another example of just because you say something that is technically correct does not make you morally right. Is the white wedding dress something to do with virginity? Yes. But I'll tell you what the current tradition is. The current tradition is you do not take away from the bride. You do not want to be perceived at a wedding. If you want to look like Slender Man in any photos that you have been taken, you want to look like you're in the middle of the forest when photos are taken. You want to have to be posted on our Find the Sniper when wedding photos are taken. And like Darcy, I think, was it Darcy? No, it was Scott. No white unless the bride's dress is a certain color. Then don't pick that color unless the bride approves. Yes. When we got married, our wedding dresses were white, but they were white with
there was a white underdress with a purple overdress.
With a purple overdress. So yeah. Our colors were purple, and our accents were...
Mine was silver and gold.
So our families wore those like accent colors, but you don't wear the purple unless the brides tell you to. I think we told them to. Yeah. Like it was fine, but it's like
none of them were wearing anything that resembled our dresses.
Yeah.
So
and like that's the rule. Don't wear white. You assume not to wear the color the bride's going to if she's wearing one. And honestly, if I'm going to a wedding and I have to pick out a dress, I'm going to shoot the bride the picture of the dress and get approval for it. I don't care who it is. I'm going to be like Solid Snake and hide under a crate. See, That's why you're a perfect wedding guest.
Exactly. Okay. I told her that I don't know what the dress code is for the ceremony, but since it's not saying all white clothes, I still thought she should change to another color. But white or almost white, because my colleague was getting married and we have no idea how she felt about it. My girlfriend became really upset and told me that I was trying to control what she was wearing and that it was abusive, which honestly made me really upset and hurt. I said something along the lines of, fuck, well, you shouldn't be going to a wedding with an abuser then. And I told her to fuck off and get out of my car. She began to cry and wanted to apologize and give me a hug, but I just told her to get out, to which she did. Edit. To clarify, we never even left the driveway of her home. I did not drop her off in the middle of nowhere or anything like that.
Oh my god. It's always the people who say they love weddings. It's always the I love weddings people. Red flag.
Yep.
Red flags and white dresses.
And it's just that the yeah, it's the therapy speech. It's yeah.
I'm sorry. Is me reminding someone of a social tradition and a social faux pas abusive?
Yeah, you're darvoing me. Okay, I drove off and she called and texted me a bunch. I answered, I don't want to talk right now, and then turned my phone off and attended the ceremony. The bride was the only one that was wearing white, so I feel as if my gut feeling was the right one. When I got home, my phone had blown up by texts from her and her best friend saying that I was being inconsiderate and controlling and should apologize for my behavior. I vented to a few friends, most of them are agreeing with me, but some have said that it was an asshole thing to tell her she could not wear the dress because it had nothing to do with me, other than the fact that you were the guest.
Yeah, she's the plus one.
She's the plus one.
Yeah, if she would have come, then your ass would have been on the line for that.
Yeah. I feel as if I was in the right since it was my colleague's wedding, and it was better to be safe than sorry.
No, absolutely not the asshole. Not the asshole. And also, like, don't get me wrong. I can understand saying, you know, you shouldn't tell her that she can't, like, you can't tell her what to do, right? And you can't tell her what to do. But he's the guest at the wedding. And he's the one who's been invited. You're the plus one. He absolutely has a say in this because, I mean, let's just be real, okay? Weddings are politics. Weddings are social politics. It's friend politics. You do not want to be that person who gets on the front of everyone's social media feed because you brought a plus one that outdid the bride or wore white or something, because then it makes you look like you're seeking attention.
Yep.
Look at my girlfriend. Yes, weddings have always been politics.
Yes.
It's all social politics. It's all friend politics. Like, Jesus Christ. I'm not saying that the whole, like, the wearing white is like a symbol of virginity. It is, okay? And it's dumb. And that's why it's really kind of like not as in fashion as it used to be. Sure, it's still like the majority of how people go about their weddings, but like I think a lot of people nowadays are more willing to experiment.
It wasn't a thing until Queen Victoria did it.
Yeah.
Like for her wedding. And then suddenly everyone started wanting to copy that.
Yeah. Which honestly means it probably wasn't even a symbol of virginity. That was probably just something that people like made up to justify
it over time. Yeah. So, comment, not the asshole. I never thought I'd comment on a post with a title like yours. It's concerning that your girlfriend would call your etiquette corrections, quote unquote, abusive. Has she been abused before? Opie responded, not from what she's told me. She knows that I've had abusive family members and that I'm very careful not to act in a toxic way and do my best to always communicate how I feel before there's an issue. So she was weaponizing his hypervigilance.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, that's real bad.
Yeah, it's really fucked up.
Okay, and update. The next day.
She's still in the wedding dress. Update. She called me crying in the wedding dress, and it's the next day.
You shouldn't show up to a wedding in a fursuit. I mean, you can if it's a furry wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you never know the theme.
I will say, I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying you should do it if you want to end up being reacted to by Moist Critical.
Yes, that is something to keep in mind. If it's not the same color as the bride's suit.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as you're not a white tiger.
There you go. There's the rule. Update. I never expected this thread to get so many replies. I'm incredibly thankful for all of you that have reached out and commented. And I really, really appreciate that you've taken your time to tell me. My girlfriend found out about this thread. Don't know if she knew my handle or just found it. And we've talked over the phone. She apologized and I apologized, and it was a pretty good talk. She asked if she could come over, and I said no, and that it would be for the best for us to go our separate ways. She got upset and asked why I wouldn't even try to work it out. I basically just said goodbye, and then she said my dick was small, which actually made me laugh after what had been a pretty mature conversation, and then she hung up. I'm pretty sad about it. She really made me feel happy, but as many of you have commented, if this was our first disagreement and she called me abusive, how would future disagreements look? I was hurt, but if she did think I was being abusive, then I would it be right to do so? And if she didn't think I was being abusive and said it anyways, I would not want to be with her. So anyways, I think things worked out for the best for both of us. Again, thank you all, and I will keep trying to respond to all of you. But there's a lot of messages, but I'm reading through them all.
He's abusive and his dick is small.
Yep.
He's probably got, like, literally a 6-inch dick. And she's like, well, it's not 12 inches. Dodged a bullet, yeah.
Yeah. That one just...
Wow. Okay. That
happened.
Yeah. Millennial voice. Well, that happened.
Okay. We have been a little bit over time.
Just a little
bit past what we expected to do. However, there is one more that I want to do.
Okay.
This one is the palate cleanser. This one's a happy one.
Okay. So we get to end on a happy note.
My husband and I are 24. We've been very close friends since we were 14 and have been married for about 5 months now. The thing is, our marriage was strictly out of convenience. I was a single mom to a 1-year-old. His father and I haven't been together since I was 3 months pregnant. And my husband had just taken guardianship of his cousin, who's only a few months younger than my son. Since the kids are so close in age, we decided pretty much immediately to introduce them to each other. They've been best little friends ever since, and after that, my son and I were over at their house every day. The marriage was purely my idea. My son and I were practically living at their house, and we already had a conversation about raising the kids together. I figured, why not? We'd get the tax benefits, we could combine our incomes, and have the kids grow up in a two-parent household. I did think about the chance that one of us could find someone else down the line and fuck everything up, but it wasn't high on my radar. I gave up on relationships after my son's father, and my husband wasn't really the type for relationships before we got married. I'd never even really seen him express interest in someone before, since I've known him.
Does she know?
We've always had a running joke in our friends that he'd be the single uncle that one of our kids would have to take care of when he gets old. Clearly, we didn't think he'd become an adoptive father, but that's beside the point, crying emoji. Anyway, I brought it up to him kind of as a joke one night. I was terrified to be serious about it, but I don't know why. And then we were married 3 weeks later. Everything happened so fast, it's still insane to me, because I fully expected him to call me stupid for even coming up with the idea. I did not expect him to agree and follow through so quickly. But that's the long-ass backstory on everything, so everyone understands. The first few weeks of our marriage felt no different than what we were doing. The only real difference was my son and I moved in, and we're living with them. As of right now, we live in a 3-bedroom apartment. Babies share a room. My husband and I share a room. It was definitely weird sleeping in the same bed every night, but we both got used to it eventually. After maybe the first...
This is the most trans lesbian coded story I have ever heard.
After maybe the first month, I got too used to it and started completely sleeping through my alarms. I don't know why, but I've started sleeping so heavily that I have to be physically woken up. So every morning when my alarms go off and wake up my husband, he rolls over, rubs my back, and whispers in my ear to wake me up. For background, my husband is a pretty prickly person. He doesn't like physical contact with other people. In our entire 10 years of being friends, we hugged once. So this literally rewrites my brain chemistry every morning. Like, what the fuck?
This is a rom-com.
Even typing this out right now, I'm genuinely getting butterflies, and it's so weird. Triple question mark. I probably sound so stupid, but that's not it. Around the same time, he started bringing me home flowers every Friday night. I was majorly confused the first time, but he said he's trying to set a good example for what relationships should look like for the kids. He grew up with a single mom and never met his dad, so he didn't necessarily have a good example himself. Even though he's using it to set an example, it genuinely makes me so fucking happy every Friday. I literally look forward to getting home from work and seeing what bouquet he got this time. I'm not sure exactly what I'm feeling. If I'm just over-romanticizing the situation and looking too much into things. But the past couple of weeks, I've been feeling like a child with a crush. He makes me blush just from looking at me. I've never felt that way about anyone before. Now I'm feeling ultra stupid because what if I catch feelings and he doesn't? Then I'm just in a one-sided marriage. I'm also scared that I'm feeling this way because I've never been treated right before in past relationships. Like, I'm falling in love with him, or the feeling of being treated how I should? I don't know, and I'm so confused. I think I'm screwed.
Okay.
Fellas, is it gay to like your husband?
She is the most clueless person. Just like, he brings me flowers and we sleep in the same bed together, and also he's my husband. Do you think he likes me?
He rolls over and wakes me up so gently in the morning.
Oh my god.
Ah.
That was really good.
Edit. Thank you so much for all of the advice. Redditors have made me realize in a few short hours what, in fact, in love with my own, that I am, in fact, in love with my own husband. His birthday is on Christmas, so I'm thinking of doing something special just to show my appreciation for him. Nothing crazy like one comment suggested. Side-eye emoji. Hopefully, I'll have an update for you all soon, and hopefully it's what you all wanted.
Well, did we get the update?
Update!
Let's go. She's like, update.
Turns out he hates me. This was all for the tax benefits.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Hi, everyone. I wanted to thank you all for your input and well wishes. It helped me come to my senses quicker than I would have on my own. I appreciate every single one of you and hope this update gives you all some peace of mind. I did end up taking some of your advice and planned a nice gesture for my husband yesterday. My goal in mind wasn't to confess to him, because I still wanted to wait on that, but just to show how much I appreciate him for everything he does for our family. The original plan was to offer a back massage after we put the kids to bed. I bought some candles, massage oil, even a cute little pajama set to wear. I don't know where my mind was at with that.
I know where your mind was at with that.
I was deep into fantasy land. The point was to make it relaxing, but also set a kind of romantic mood. Well, that didn't happen. My husband completely uprooted my plans that morning. Up until now, we've been wearing some cheap and super simple wedding bands that weren't anything special. But for Christmas, he gifted me a whole set. Wedding band and engagement ring. And he didn't just hand it to me wrapped. He actually got down on one knee. When I tell you, I cried. I thought I was hallucinating. I still feel like I am. Every single one of you were right. This was never a marriage of convenience to him. He's been in love with me since we were in high school and just never thought to tell me, even after we were already married. We had a lot of long conversations after this initial confession. I will be sparing details because I didn't expect it to turn out this way, and I'd like it to remain private for the moment between us.
Oh, okay.
At the end of the day, we're still trying to raise 2 toddlers and have agreed that they will always be our primary focus. But we are going to give a real relationship a shot. I will admit, it's kind of scary, but I do think that this is the next step towards healing after my last relationship. I feel truly loved by my husband. I think that this is where I'm meant to be.
This is the most lesbian-coded thing I've ever heard. I promise you, in 10 years, he's going to come out.
Yeah. This dude's so eggy. But yeah.
That was really cute.
That was a good palate cleanser after the insanity.
Yep. Yes, it is a good pick for a palate cleanser. No, that was really good. I'm glad that it worked out.
Yeah.
It is funny that the whole time it's just like describing someone who is very clearly interested in you and then being like, I wonder if he likes me. It's very me coded.
True. She told me the other day that she doesn't think anyone's ever flirted with her before.
Yeah, in my mind, I've never been flirted with. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like, leaving a comment, subscribing to the channel, all that good stuff. It really all does help, and I appreciate any and all support that we get. So I'll see you in the next one.